Halo 5 Guardians on PC. It's the most requested item Halo fans have been asking about for years, and today I'm going through everything you could possibly want to know about the topic. Will Halo Studios ever port the full game to PC? How am I playing Halo 5 PC today? How do you change your field of view, your frame rate to 240 FPS? Why hasn't the game been added to Steam like every other FPS title? And finally, why don't developers add Halo 5 Guardians to the Master Chief Collection? It's a lot to cover, but thankfully I've done my research, and since you all requested a deep dive into Halo 5 PC yourselves, I am happy to oblige. Halo 5 is regarded as one of the most competitive Halo titles. Because of this, the game has aged incredibly well, and many fans of the title have often asked why no PC port has ever been available in regards to the game. On the Microsoft Store today, and it's what I'm using for this video, you can get the Halo 5 Forge bundle. This Forge version of Halo 5 on PC has custom games, and as always, Halo fans have used this as a way to create a fully fledged version of Halo 5 Guardians on PC. The trick here is to search for the bundle, but only download the Halo 5 Forge build, not the Halo channel app that comes with it, or you won't be able to boot the game. I think it's also important to note there is no matchmaking on this build of the game. There is a custom games browser, there is custom games, and there is Forge. Thankfully, due to my Discord, I was able to get some people into play, and it meant that I could put the title through its paces. So what has the Halo community changed, you ask? Well, a tool has been released that allows the user to change their quality, so their graphics, their frame rate, and their field of view. This has some unintended changes that I'll go through in a minute, but before I do, here is how the game looks at 78 field of view standard, 100 field of view, 120, and finally, just for the hell of it, 150 field of view. If Halo Studios ever implemented a fully fledged PC port, they could definitely add a toggle for field of view, and it wouldn't affect gameplay negatively. The only downside, and because it's a mod, and you'll see this for yourself, all of the zoom-ins of the weaponry are locked to 78 field of view, meaning your sniper zoom, for example, will not change. Here's an example on screen. With the tool, you can also uncap your frame rate. A safe bet is multiples of 60, so 120, 180, 240, etc. But here is where Halo 5 runs into big problems, and it's one of the core hurdles as to why Microsoft may not feel as though it's worth their time to bring the game to Steam in a full PC port. Once you increase the frame rate, it actually affects the in-game engine. It affects the aim assist, and I even had people tell me it affects the reticle. The higher you go over the intended 60 frames per second, the more drastic this becomes. This means unless there was a major overhaul to the game, users on PC would have a massive advantage over those on Xbox. But more than that, to even go above 60 frames per second on Halo 5 Guardians, that would really start to cause some big engine issues. Halo Infinite is a great example of this, as to get a variable frame rate for that game took years. It's one of the core reasons why the Slipspace engine was developed. 343 Industries ran into great difficulty getting their Halo engine to go above 60 FPS on a newer Halo title. Yes, they could just raise the FPS, but then it would equal a different experience for users across devices. I linked this in a past video, but if you would like to read more as to how many problems 343 Industries ran into when they were developing Halo Infinite, and how engine limitations and going above 60 FPS really caused some massive problems, I'll link the game developer conference presentation they presented a few years back. It's an interesting watch. This means one of two things: allow Halo 5 PC to go above 60 FPS, and it either gives a huge advantage for those with higher FPS, or they spend millions upon millions of dollars upgrading the engine just for Halo 5, or release a modern day PC port locked to 60 FPS. You could do graphical improvements, say to 4K, which I think would be a good idea, but to even release that, you would need to have an understanding of the old Halo engine, and since Microsoft and Halo Studios have moved to the Unreal Engine, they may not even have anyone who would know how to bring the game to PC anymore, and that is the big problem. I want Halo 5 Guardians on PC. I've wanted it for a while. A lot of you guys have commented on it too, but I don't think there's a single developer at Halo Studios nowadays, or there'd be very few, that actually understands the old Halo engine well enough to even make it feasible in their eyes. This is a very quick side note, but it's been a real concern of mine that once the Unreal Halos come out, all of the older Halos are just going to be swept under the rug and forgotten about. It was already very rare knowledge to understand the Halo Blam engine, and now that Microsoft has moved Halo to Unreal, it's even less likely we'll see a full PC port of the game. To my knowledge, and I asked many of my sources about this, the old Halo engine has very little in terms of overall overall documentation to catch up new users up to speed. Most of it is trial by fire, which means learning on the job and learning as you go. It takes a while. It's unfortunate that so many resources would be required to port the game to PC, and because of that as well, it makes it even less likely that Halo 5 will ever officially launch on PC. From my own research, it seems like the technical challenges associated with this type of undertaking would be astronomical unless a 60 FPS port of the game, kind of like Gears of War Ultimate Edition, was decided on. The reason why I say I want Halo 5 Guardians on PC was because when I played today, and I don't say this lightly, 240 FPS, 100 field of view Halo 5 is the best advanced movement Halo I have ever played. It can be fun, it can be competitive, it feels great to use, it feels great to play on, and overall I really loved it. Halo 5 has all of these weapons, all of the Warzone weaponry. Super Fiesta is the best in the series. Multi-team colors, you can pick your colors, red versus blue. I know I'm a Halo nerd who loves all of the games in their own way, but Halo 5 PC with the community's additions is really good. I also just want to add in, Halo 5 is so different to Halo Infinite in the way that it doesn't feel like it's strung together with duct tape. As I said, you can play multi-team with ease. The game feels consistent, and your frame rate / aim assist doesn't feel like it changes every time you load up the title. I'm not having a dig at Halo Infinite here, it's just matter of fact that the slip space engine was a mess and it has huge drawbacks to the overall experience. Halo 5 feels much more grounded and consistent, and it's reflected in the gameplay. In saying that, and a very common question you guys always ask me is, Remy, why doesn't Halo 5 just get added to the Halo MCC then? And the simple answer to that is Warzone, the rec system. Halo Reach on MCC was already pushing it to get almost 6 to 7 different versions of a game engine plus the Unreal engines in the menu to all work in harmony and be able to seamlessly swap in real time. I've always said Halo MCC is a technical wonder of engineering that took years to be able to get it to where it is today. It is just not technically possible for Halo 5 to be added due to those limitations, especially with the original Xbox One being factored in as well. I so wish it could be added as a major DLC, but from what I heard and I remember reading, with how hard it was to get Halo Reach onto the collection, I can say with almost 100% certainty Halo 5 will never be a part of the MCC. I have always enjoyed playing Halo 5. I think I have like 7,000 hours in playtime on that game, and I definitely think there would be a core niche audience if the game ever did launch on PC. It's so well refined as a competitive shooter that you'd have people playing indefinitely just because of that. Unfortunately, the resources required to get Halo 5 PC where it would need to be is a massive undertaking, which makes it unlikely it'll ever happen in an official capacity, but you guys asked about it, so I figured it was worth giving you guys the information. If you would like to try the FPS, field of view, and even the graphics setting mod for the Microsoft Store version, I'll link it in the description below. It plays really well. As a quick side note, it may show up as a false positive, but it isn't a virus. Big shout out to everyone who came to play today. I had so much fun playing this, probably because you guys are awesome, but also the game is good too. Halo 5 on PC, 240 FPS, 100 field of view, 10 out of 10. In saying that, if Halo 5 on PC is something you'd like to see, and it's something you would play if it came out, leave me a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, I hope you all enjoyed and that it was informational, and I'll see you guys later.